Welcome to Freedom in Hours. Andy here again. Great to have you back with us today. So today's video and podcast, we're going to look at why it doesn't take money to be successful. You see, there's a big lie out there that people believe that you need to have lots of money to be able to go out there and make money. The old saying is, you've got to have money to make money. Well, the fact is that's not very, very true. And I'm actually an experience as to how I made money starting from nothing and built up my fortune to what it is today. And the thing is, Freedom Hours is all about the philosophy that you do little things each and every day to try and make difference in your life. And by small steps you take every day, every week, every month will lead to your financial, physical and spiritual success. So in this video, we're going to talk about why you don't need money to be successful. We're going to look at the different ways that you can actually start off on your journey. We're going to talk about how I did my journey and what I did along the way to learn different things. And as always, make sure you like the video or podcast, subscribe, and put comments as well what you think about our videos and whether you yourself have been successful without making any money. Well, let's jump on it now and have a look at Freedom in Hours. So there's never been a better time in life to actually start to make money with nothing. See, because of how our economy is and because of how the world's designed, you can make money anywhere at any time. You see, no longer does it take money to be successful. You look at all the people that have actually got into the wealth these days. You've got everything from the Instagram millionaires. You've got people that started social media platforms and built up their wealth through nothing. And all these people had one thing in common, is they had certain things that they did to be able to be successful. So what I wanted to stop and think about is kind of give you an idea about my journey. So I started businesses many, many years ago. I actually used money to try and buy businesses. And what I found is a couple of my businesses actually crashed and I lost all my money. And I sat there trying to work out what I was going to do. And back then, my mentor, John, said to me, Andrew, think about the psychology you've got to have to start making money. You see, if you're always thinking to yourself, what can I buy, or what can I take, or what can I have, you're never going to go anywhere. Start to think to yourself, number one is how would a person with money think? How would a successful person think? You see, a great part of what we have is psychology. Unless we have a mindset to set up for success, a mindset to earn money, we won't see opportunities. You see, opportunity of a lifetime comes around every day, probably several times a day. There's actually an infinite number of things that we can do to get out there, to make money and to create a difference in our life. But it all starts with having the right psychology. And how do you have the right psychology? We need to start by doing things like watching this video at Freedom Hours. You need to do things by starting to listen to other people that are successful, reading books, watching podcasts, watching YouTube videos, going to seminars, and drawing into your mind all about what wealth is and listening to people that have wealth and actually circulating that in your mind. And that's what John said to me. He's like, Andrew, what work have you been doing on yourself all that time ago? And I said, well, John, I've read a couple of books, I've spoken to some people. He's like, Andrew, unless you take the time to develop your mind, to understand how money works, you'll never be able to do it. And so from then on, I read thousands of books, went to hundreds of seminars, did podcasts, YouTube channels, did the whole bit, and kept on learning and making sure my mind was primed for success. So that's the first one, is you need to have the right mindset and the right psychology. Second thing is you need to realize that there is so much abundance out there. Life has a world of opportunity. So you don't need to have no money to be successful because there is opportunity every day. You can start a YouTube channel like I've done here. You can start a podcast for nearly to no money. And you can start to share your experiences, your stories, your journeys. And you've got an audience of 1 billion people. You can start by looking at some of the skills you have and providing advice online. You can start to become an influencer. You can start, low-cost websites and do drop shipping. There's so many opportunities that you can start with nearly no money down. And a big thing that I speak when I mentor people these days is I say, what are you passionate about? Now, for me, I'm passionate about talking to people, about creating experience, about teaching, about learning. And that's why I do my YouTube channels. But for other people, that may not be what you have. You see, some people have specific skills. And those skills can be then magnified. But again, unless you're doing the work to learn the psychology, you won't be able to find the opportunities. So Freedom Hours is all about learning new things each and every day that makes a big difference to your life over time. And a great way we could do this is through Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online community with thousands of people on there that share skills to allow you to learn, develop, and to grow. So Skillshare has thousands of different courses depending on what you need. So for example, we use personal development as a big thing here at Freedom in Hours. You click on personal development, you can see there's a whole heap of classes that come up there. It's fantastic. I've also used Ali Abdil in this video here for productivity. Doing lots of videos, I had struggling productivity, and he helped me search a great way to actually be more productive in a better amount of time. Ad-free, lots of different choices and videos being updated daily as well. This is excellent. So Skillshare is such an exciting opportunity. I've managed to get a 1-month free trial for Freedom in Hours subscribers. So if you click on the link below and sign up to Skillshare, you can also see the fantastic online learning that they have in place. Click on the link now, you're gonna love it. So let's start talking about how you can be successful with no money straight away. So to give you an idea, you can actually buy businesses without putting any money down. See, a lot of businesses are being run by previous videos about people that don't know how to be successful in business. They've joined in there, they've got a heap of debt, they can't manage the staff, they can't sell the business because it's not making money. And what I very often do is I contact people and say, look, I've got a lot of business experience, I've turned around many businesses before, I can do it for you. But what I'll do is I'll need to have a share of the business when it's successful. We write up an agreement, I get in there and build the business up. Now I've taken businesses of making a $500,000 loss and turned them into $1 million profit. Now as part of that, I've actually taken a half share ownership in that business. Built it up, got a manager in there, got it running itself. And that's how I built a lot of my business portfolio. And back when I had the cafe that I spoke to you guys about all those years ago, I was actually offered 2 other cafes by the center management that had them. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to actually give me money to start the cafe, let me have 3 months free rent, and join it. So literally I could start a cafe with no money down. I could hire all the staff, had all the money given to me by the shopping center. And the reason being is they wanted a good tenant in there. They wanted a good business owner that could build it up. Now, I didn't end up taking those offers because after doing research, they were in too bad an area, but it just showed that you can actually start a business with no money down. But if you're starting out, what would I say you do? Well, start by, as I said, getting your psychology right, getting your mindset, meeting people, but start to actually try doing different things. So my YouTube channel at the moment, Freedom Hours, is growing substantially. I've got endorsements, I've got sponsorships, I make money from advertising revenue, making money from my podcasts, and I'm also making money from my websites. And I'm going to be doing live seminars soon. And that all started, yes, I had experience, yes, I had passion, and yes, I knew what I was doing, but all that started with no money down. I created a success story from it. Now, I know lots of people that started their businesses with nothing. And what a lot of it comes down to is a lot of work ethic. You need to be working hard on other people. So with the YouTube channel, I research, I take my time, I learn things, I do all the things necessarily to be successful before I'm doing it. So just think to yourself, there's so many different sources out there that you can make money. Podcasting is great as well. You can literally do it from your iPhone, create a podcast. It could be about anything. It can be how to be self-confident, how to travel the world, the stories that you learn in your life, how to be emotionally intelligent, all these different things that you can do that people start to listen to you. You see, we all have a message. We all have a passion. We all have something we're good at. And it's up to you to start to find what your passion is and what you're good at. As I said in my last video, should you start a small business? 25 years ago, you had to have a heap of money to be able to start a business. Now you can start with nothing. And there's so many resources as well. So even if you do a website, there's resources in how to build a website, what to do. You can partner with people. There's so much opportunity. I guess why I sound like I'm excited is I don't want to necessarily tell you where you should spend your time. That's all part of your passion. But what I challenge you to do is to get out there and start finding where people are making money from no money down, from not doing anything. Actually, if you've got any ideas, feel free to reach out to me in comments or message me directly at Freedom Hours and tell me, Andy, this is the idea I'm looking at doing. I'd be more than happy to mentor you and give you a go. You see, I don't believe that knowledge or wealth or intelligence should be down to a few. It should be shared equally with people across the world. And that's what I'm truly passionate about. So, going back to making money with no money down, could you imagine 30 years ago, if you wanted to go and publish online, what you'd have to do? If you wanted to publish a book, you couldn't do it, could you? You had to go to publishing companies that would have to take a huge cut, put your message worldwide. Even doing videos, how would you get that done? You'd have to maybe create a DVD, if you people know what that is, or a video, and then get it marketed out there. Now you can upload a video for free to YouTube, and you've got access to the whole world to watch your videos. You can publish your own book on Kindle or Audible, and you've got access to the whole world to listen to your book. I mean, guys, it's truly incredible to actually create a network where you can have access to the whole world. Imagine how many billions of dollars it would cost you, and you'll get access to that for free. So, when people say to me, Andrew, I don't have any money, I say, come on, really? There's so much opportunity out there, and it's up to you to grab it. Now, we've done a lot of videos about how to start with no money down, should you start a small business, and in future I'll go back through the critical success factors that you play when building a business. And I'll actually go into specifics regarding YouTube channels and how to set up, etc. But what I challenge you to do now is, when you finish this video, Get out there, get a piece of paper, and write down 10 things that you'd like to do. Pages, and write, what can I do to be successful? So say you're good at traveling, for example. Can you do a travel blog? Do a travel YouTube video? Can you do a travel website? Can you partner with other travel companies and do promotions for them or sponsorships? Can you join other YouTube channels and sponsor on behalf of them? Can you do a blog, which is quite straightforward? What is the ways that you can turn your passion into making money? And what I want you guys to do is come back to me and say, Andy, these are the ideas I had to be able to make money, how to create an income. Again, I'm very, very passionate about this. I think there are so many opportunities out there in this world, and we don't need to worry about having to have any money to do them. You can literally start with no money and create the world of your dreams. And it's really, really exciting. So anyway, but start by getting your psychology right, knowing there's abundance everywhere. So my challenge to you is there's a billion different opportunities out there in the world, and every day there's something new that can pop up. So what you need to do is you need to get out there, start looking around, seeing what the opportunities are, but also let me know at Freedom in Hours what opportunities you think are out there. Send me out an email and ask me, Andy, these are the ideas I have. How can I actually move forward from this spot? I'm always happy to help. And what my mentor John taught me all those years ago is that unless you're helping other people, you're not growing yourself. And that's part of my passion. So anyway, thanks for joining us again. Hope you've seen today how you can be successful when you have no money. About it requires no money at all to start to make steps to be successful in your life, and about how there's a world of opportunity right there at your feet. Anyway, make sure you like the video and podcast, share with your friends and family, put comments about what you think below. But again, we really appreciate you joining us on this journey. Thanks again for joining us here at Freedom in Hours.